definitely tough times that this world is going through right now, and not just Israel, in this war, and the righteous are arising. And I think of Joshua chapter 1 when he made his aliyah, the return to the promised land of the Jewish people. And Moses stayed up on Mount Nebo, and he says, Halot tzivitecha chazak ve'ematz ve'al tarotz ve'al tichat ki imcha Adonai Elohecha bekol asher tilech. What is that in English? You just have to go to Joshua chapter 1 and you'll find out. No, it's like, have I not commanded you to be strong and of good courage? Don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed, right? And so I remember the Mapayniks, the founders of Israel, David Ben-Gurion, all these guys, they were saying, look, it is good to die for our country. And right now, I'm going to challenge all of us. Are we ready to live for what matters? Live your life for what matters most. And I even hope this guy in the picture will choose to live for what matters most. And we have to now put a buffer zone. You know, those 21 soldiers that died? Well, they were doing the 1 kilometer buffer zone around Gaza so they can't come and massacre us through the fence again without being spotted. And it's a larger effort to secure our borders. And 21 died, 3 more died after. And but yet the battle continues. It was amazing today to hear General Yoav Gallant, Knesset member. He's a minister of defense. He spoke to us, and it was good to see him. And he shared how grateful he sees excellence everywhere in this war. And he says, Yalom, I want to encourage you that there's excellence. You guys are leading with excellence. And he says he recognizes the heavy sacrifices that we all paid, and the many that have fallen from our unit, our elite unit. And now, as there's a lot of rotations of troops and stuff, he says it's not over. We are continuing strong. And some of these soldiers, as they left, they sang the national anthem loudly in Gaza, and completing their mission, heading home, they sang so loudly. And right now in the world, people are making choices, right? It's like the sheep nations or the goat nations that are promised in the end of time. Those who heard the good shepherd, those who were good shepherds, and they're sheep. And then there's the goat nations who want to go their own way. And I see 360% rise in anti-Semitism in the United States. That sounds like there's a danger of America becoming a goat nation. So speak out. We want to follow the good shepherd. And if a wolf, and I said this on Fox News, if a wolf comes and takes a lamb, what kind of shepherd are you if you don't go rescue these hostages, huh? What kind of shepherd of Israel are you? And there's even stars, Hollywood stars, getting out and saying, hey, Israel's bad, they should do a 2-state solution, reward the terror. That sounds like a plan to manipulate Israel to establish a terrorist state, which would just be funded by Iran, and it would just be to our own demise. And there's still about 130 captives, guys. Come on. We've got to continue blowing up these tunnels and to see the future. And what is the future? Well, let's look to the future. Zechariah chapter 9 is so popping right now. Zechariah chapter 9. Read it again. Even our great thinker Rashi, and he says there will be Torah study groups inside Gaza. That's what he said. That's from way long time ago. And the fact that but now let's look at what Zechariah chapter 9 says, right? It says, it mentions Tyrus and Sidon, that's Lebanon, that's where Hezbollah is, right? And even Hadrach, that is up in Lebanon. He mentions in Zechariah 9, check it up, Hamath, or in central Syria, that's on the banks of the Orontes River. He mentions Ekron, Ashkelon, Ashdod. He mentions Ekron, which is a Canaanite Philistine city, one of the Pentapolis cities of the Philistines. And he says God's going to get rid of the king of Gaza. He's going to deal with that. And verse 14, the Lord will be seen over them. His arrow will go forth as the lightning, and the Lord will blow his trumpet and will go with the whirlwinds of the south.